When I got my 3,800 yuan year-end bonus, I was having dinner with the heads of our 300 biggest partners. Zhang Dishui, your bonus was only 3,800 yuan? When they found out I'd served them all year, yet my bonus was that low, the mood at the table instantly got awkward. At the same time, my coworkers were blowing up the group chat over their 180,000 yuan bonuses. I still finished that dinner calmly. 7 days later, when my contract ended, I quit without hesitation. But then, in an office full of people, my boss broke down in panic. Why? Why did they all pull their funding? 7 days before my contract expired, inside Songyi Tower, the top hotel downtown, sat 300 partner executives. They controlled 99% of Tengwei Tech's revenue lifeline. And I was the one responsible for maintaining all 300 client relationships. At that moment, I was moving through the room with a wine glass, chatting easily with each CEO. Ever since my first year at the company, I'd been dealing with most of them, so our trust went far beyond a normal vendor-client relationship. Just then, Mr. Li, the marketing director of a major domestic group, patted my shoulder and said sincerely, "Zhang, our projects next year still have to be handled by you. I don't trust anyone else. Mr. Li, you can count on me. Your business is my business." I played along and answered him smoothly. But right then, my phone started buzzing like crazy in my pocket, so I excused myself to the restroom and went to the stairwell. In the dim hallway, I unlocked my phone. The flood of messages came from the company WeChat group, now covered in festive red. "Thank you, Mr. Xiao. Thank you, company. My 180K bonus just hit. Let's crush it again next year." That message was from my coworker Meng Yu. Her only job was organizing my project reports and putting her own name on them. Wow, boss lady never misses. I got 180K too. Same here. The company really came through this year. Mr. Xiao is generous. Trusting the new boss was the right call. Hard work pays off. Looking at those 180K transfer screenshots, it felt like someone had slapped me hard across the face. But I kept torturing myself, scrolling through all that bright red, then opened my mobile banking app. The latest transfer showed 3,800 yuan. No typo, no missing zero, no decimal point mistake. There wasn't even a word of thanks, just a cold number like pocket money for an intern. Without realizing it, I stared at that number for 5 minutes. There was no anger, no disappointment. Those intense emotions were gone. The little flame of hope in my heart had burned out, leaving only numb ash. After collecting myself, I put my usual smile back on. When I returned to the main table, I kept the mood alive as if nothing had happened. But while toasting someone beside me, Mr. Li accidentally bumped the phone on the table. The screen lit up. I rushed to put it away, but Mr. Li still saw the 3,800 yuan transfer. He frowned, set down his glass, and asked me casually, "Zhang, your company's profits looked great this year. I heard your coworkers are already celebrating. You contributed the most, so your bonus must be huge, right?" I met his eyes calmly and said 3 words, 3,800 yuan. The noisy table suddenly went silent. The executives nearby heard the number, went from shocked to disbelief, and finally, anger. These people were no fools. Someone who served them non-stop all year and carried 90% of the company's business got only 3,800 yuan. Meanwhile, employees whose names they couldn't even remember walked away with 180K. The message couldn't be clearer. The mood turned awkward and tense, but I acted like nothing had happened and calmly raised my glass. I stood before the silent table and gave them a flawless smile. "Thank you all for your support this year. This drink is for you. I'll finish mine, please, drink as you like." With that, I drained the glass. The hot liquor rolled down my throat, as if burning away years of restraint and exhaustion. I quickly shifted the topic to next year's market plan, using my professionalism to pull the dinner back on track. But that thorn had already lodged deep in everyone's mind. No matter how hard I tried, the tension wouldn't go away. The clients kept exchanging glances, full of sympathy and anger, but also some unspoken decision. The dinner ended in a rush. Guests left one by one, and Mr. Li was the last to go. As he passed me, he paused, his sharp eyes looking straight into mine. He said, "They wronged you. Tengwei isn't worth it. If you have any thoughts, call me anytime." My heart suddenly warmed. I gave him a serious nod and thanked him. After seeing off the last guest, I went home alone. The place was empty. This time, I didn't open my laptop to handle emails like usual. Instead, I quietly made myself a cup of tea. At that moment, I felt no anger and no sadness. When you're completely done with something, emotions become a luxury. I turned on my computer, ignored the usual work, created a new document, and named it Handover Checklist. I began sorting everything out, listing each workflow, organizing all client information, and outlining every project framework. My mind was frighteningly calm. Then I looked at the wall calendar. A bright red circle marked 7 days later, with 4 neat words beside it. Contract expires. My gaze was steady and final, like a commander preparing to launch the last order. Finally, I unlocked my phone and found the recruiter I'd added a month earlier. He had asked if I was open to switching jobs. Back then, I replied, "Not right now." This time, I deleted that line and typed 4 new words. "Let's talk." 6 days before my contract expired, I walked into the office as usual. The whole place felt cheerful. Every face looked like they had won a prize. They excitedly talked about trips to Europe or debated which new car model was better. Meng Yu walked in wearing brand new burgundy heels with the season's luxury handbag on her arm and deliberately came over to my desk. She stopped beside me, placed the bag on the corner of my desk, and said in a fake casual tone, "Ugh, I bought this on impulse yesterday. Honestly, it's pretty basic. Zhang Dishui, don't you think?" I never looked up. My eyes stayed on the handover file and I answered with just one word. "Exactly." Meng Yu's smile froze. To save face, she immediately raised her voice and announced to the whole office, "Guys, to celebrate our great profits this year, afternoon tea is on me. Pick the best stuff, order whatever you want." A crowd gathered around Meng Yu, happily ordering on their phones. Loud laughter filled the office, making it feel like a marketplace. Not one person asked if I wanted anything. I was like a ghost, automatically shut out. This celebration had nothing to do with me. At exactly 3 p.m., my boss Xiao Jibo appeared in the office. He had his signature beer belly and a glowing red face. He clapped his hands for everyone to quiet down, and the office instantly went silent. Everyone looked at him with admiration. He spoke in a booming voice. This year, the company performed extremely well. We couldn't have done it without everyone's hard work. We never shortchange our fighters. As long as you work hard, the company will see it. I hope everyone keeps pushing next year, and we double those bonuses again. But his calculating eyes seemed carefully programmed to avoid my direction, as if the person who brought in 90% of the business didn't count. After that grand speech, Xiao Jibo waved me over and signaled for me to come to his office. Zhang Deshuai, come to my office. I stood up calmly and followed him inside. Once the door closed, Xiao Jibo dropped the smile and put on a sincere, fatherly look. He poured me a glass of water himself, then called my name. Zhang Deshuai, don't take this year's bonus personally. I know what you've contributed, and the company sees it too. I took the glass and stayed silent, waiting for the rest of his performance. Then came his classic gaslighting speech. But you need to understand one thing. Your achievements were built on the company's platform. Without Teng Wei's name, would those big clients even know you? Meng Yu and the others may not do as much business as you, but they handle internal coordination and workflows. That takes effort too. Your bonus was a bit low, but it was based on a full evaluation. You're still young. Think long term. Keep this up next year, and I promise you the biggest bonus. I nodded at the right moment, putting a grateful look on my face. Mr. Xiao, I understand. I'll keep working hard and won't let your good intentions go to waste. He patted my shoulder hard. That's the right mindset. Work hard. The company won't let you down. Xiao Jibo was clearly satisfied. He thought his most useful ox had been fully tamed. As soon as I left the office, I heard Meng Yu and a few coworkers snickering in the break room. They said I was born to grind, doing the most work for the least money, and believing any promise the boss made. Then someone else mocked me. Exactly. Does he really think clients care about him? They're only here for the company. Without this platform, he's nothing. He deserves it. Who told him to show off so much? He just makes the rest of us look useless. Hearing all that, I just found it funny. Expressionless, I walked past the break room and went straight back to my desk. Those harsh comments now sounded like buzzing flies. They couldn't disturb me anymore. I opened an encrypted hidden folder. Inside was an important file titled Core Client Relationship Maintenance Manual. The document was more than 50 pages long. It recorded far more than contact details and contracts. It mapped out complex internal networks, detailed each decision-maker's personal preferences, and revealed their real bottom lines in negotiations. It even included things like where their kids went to school. All the hidden rules were in there. For example, Mr. Wang had an obsession with pu'er tea. He only drank ripe pu'er from one specific mountain in Yunnan. To find a rare batch, I used every personal connection I had. When I finally placed that tea cake on his desk, he just patted my shoulder hard and said nothing. There was also the hospital address of Mr. Liu's daughter in the US. He once mentioned it after drinking, full of worry. I quietly remembered it and got a classmate to connect him with a top specialist. Mr. Liu's voice choked up as he said, I'll remember this. How could these be cold client files? This was years of my work and heart. This was the real key to keeping 300 clients loyal. Calmly, I selected the manual's core contents, encrypted and compressed them, then uploaded them to my private cloud. After finishing that, it felt like a heavy shackle had fallen off me. My whole body felt lighter. Just then, Xiao Jibo walked out of his office and announced proudly to everyone, I've got good news. The company just landed another new project. The client specifically asked for our strongest team, so this project will be handled by Zhang Deshuai long term. They also want him to turn it into next year's flagship case. Instantly, every eye turned to me, filled with jealousy and gloating, but to everyone's surprise, I slowly looked up. I looked straight at Xiao Jibo's confident face and refused him for the first time. My voice wasn't loud, but it was crystal clear. Mr. Xiao, I'm sorry. My contract expires in 6 days, so I can't guarantee long-term continuity on this project. To be responsible to the client, please find someone more suitable. The entire office fell dead silent. 5 days before my contract expired, an urgent call shattered the calm. Qiangsheng Group, our biggest and longest-running client, had a major system failure. The failure shut down their entire production line. The tech team investigated for 2 hours and still had no solution. As the person officially listed as their contact, Meng Yu took the call from Qiangsheng's technical director. She got torn apart on the phone. All she could repeat was, "We're handling it," with no real answer. In the end, Qiangsheng called Xiao Jibo directly. Mr. Xiao, I don't care about your internal problems. I specifically want Zhang Deshuai on this. If it's not fixed within 2 hours, we'll end all cooperation and have our legal team pursue damages. Zhang Deshuai, this is a real emergency. Please, save the company.